Allora, adesso c'è Michelle Marshall, che è editore del European Cleaning Journal, che è un osservatorio privilegiato e quindi ci racconterà dal suo osservatorio il mondo dei servizi integrati. Prego.
Good afternoon, and thank you, Tony, for inviting me to be here today. I'm a founder and editor of European Cleaning Journal. We're based in the UK, coming up for 30 years old. We're the only magazine that serves the industry on a pan-European level. And we also are founders of the European Cleaning and Hygiene Awards, which very much seeks to recognise excellence and success in our industry. So I've been privileged over many years now to be in a position of having a real overview of all the different parts of our cleaning sector and all the different European markets. And what I can say is that while we all have our national characteristics, in essence, the challenges and the trends are very similar, what we're all facing. So what we have seen in recent years, before COVID happened, I'm talking about, most aspects have become significantly more professional in terms of the training that we give our staff, the way cleaning companies present themselves and their services, and the technology and the products that they use. Then COVID happened, and the cleaning sector was suddenly thrust into the limelight because our workers, certainly in certain buildings, if you're in a hospital or on the front line, were so crucial in keeping the wheels turning, in keeping things going as much as they could. So we hoped that after that, the new normal would be that the cleaning sector would suddenly be recognised for the valuable role it plays and the work that the people in it do and how skilled and experienced they are. And where clients might place a higher emphasis on the value of cleaning and pay more for their services, pay more for their staff, etc. But what I've seen so far, it's not that simple. On the evidence we've seen, memories are quite short, and it's very easy to fall back into the default position where price is the key driver in the purchase of cleaning services for many clients, and cleaners are often still perceived to be low-skilled, low-paid, using basic and unsophisticated equipment. We all know that can be very different, but I think that image still lingers on, and that comes to when we're attracting staff as well. So I think the industry as a whole can take some really positive steps to secure a prosperous future. And these were things that were happening before COVID happened. And I think we need to just kind of jump back in and restart and refocus on all of those things. So I think one of the key things going forward is communication and relationships. So that can be cleaning companies and their staff, where cleaning operatives feel more valued, more engaged, more invested in. They have the skills they need, they have the equipment and tools they need. Then we have the relationships between the service providers and their clients. I very much agree with what Lara was saying. It's about cleaning service providers being responsive to the needs of their client. If they have a facility manager client, how tuned in are they to what that client really needs? And when that works really well, and it is working very well in so many cases, the results are really clear and very evident. We've seen, particularly in our own awards, and the companies that have won that, we have a category about partnership. And where a building facility manager works in real partnership with its cleaning company, in a really consultative relationship, really amazing things happen, and partnerships last a really long time. So I think really crucial and helpful in improving and galvanizing those relationships is the technology that we now have in its various forms, the smart technology, the digitalization. It's so much easier now to generate data about what is happening in any building and what's happening in a cleaning operation. And that data in the cleaning service provision, if we focus on that, brings real transparency in what's happening and provides real accountability. And it can also help that client hugely in doing things like achieving their sustainability goals and measuring their goals. The client can be very directly involved in what's going on. And again, that really cements the relationship between all the parties. And for the operatives as well, I think cleaning can be mundane, it can be quite boring, and if they're using smart solutions too, then that can elevate their role too in using new technology. And it's technology that we're all used to in our everyday lives. To illustrate just how important cleaning companies are starting to see implementing their own digital solutions in their own business, ISS, who I know you've all heard of, a global facility services provider now, they've just opened a dedicated software centre in Portugal. And that will house 100 software engineers. Now, this is what started out as a cleaning company. So we can see how it's all moving forward and coming into the now. When we talk about technology, of course, everyone is talking about robotics. But I think the impact of that particular technology remains to be seen, because from most of the cleaning businesses I've spoken to, they are finding it difficult to make sense of it from a return on investment point of view. The technology is expensive, much more expensive than the labour. So I think that still needs to play out. What I am seeing a great deal of at the moment in new product launches is the word cobotics, where it's more about the man working in tandem with a machine. So the machine not entirely taking the task and the job of the cleaner, but to enable the cleaner to do other tasks while the robot does the repetitive, monotonous jobs. So I think that really will be an influencer, because we all know that staff are very hard to find in our sector, which I know Lynn Webster's going to talk about. So any way that we can use technology is going to be really valuable. So I think summing up, I think what we all want is for cleaning to be taken seriously as a career option. And I still don't think that's really happening so much. For our sector to be acknowledged for the really vital work it plays in the world, both in safety and health, but as again Lara was talking about, in the experience that we have of buildings and environments. There have been some really great initiatives, like one that originated here in Italy, the Imbuoni Mani campaign from ANIP, which was award-winning and really highlighted our sector's role in public safety. But I think what we all have to do is make sure that that work continues, that we're all pushing the same message out there and lobbying and ensuring that the world at large knows the skill and the knowledge involved in our sector, and the really crucial part we have to play in the world. Thank you.
Grazie allora anche a Michelle Marshall, che in questo passaggio finale ho visto ha giustamente sottolineato, rivendicato con orgoglio l'appartenenza appunto al mondo del cleaning, con tutte le ripercussioni e le ricadute che rappresenta.